Here are the last 12 hours in geopolitics. In the U.S., Trump is set to receive a high-level briefing from CENTCOM on new military options against Iran, signaling Washington may be weighing fresh strikes amid stalled negotiations. In the European Union, inflation surges to 3% as Middle East energy shocks ripple across markets, while growth stalls at just 0.1%, raising fears of an economic slowdown. In global markets, oil briefly surged above $126 before retreating, while gas prices in the U.S. hit $4.30 per gallon, jumping 7 cents in a day, the biggest spike since the start of the Iran war. In Germany, alarm bells are ringing as Trump weighs cutting or even completely withdrawing U.S. forces, a move that could shake Europe's security architecture. In Japan, Prime Minister Sai Takaichi rules out military action, vowing diplomacy alone to secure Hormuz's passage after urgent talks with Iran's president. In China, convicted former Harvard scientist Charles Lieber rebuilds a brain-computer lab in Shenzhen, advancing neural tech with state backing and raising alarms over potential military applications. In Russia, Ukrainian drones strike a major oil refinery near Perm, over 1,500 kilometers from the border, targeting energy infrastructure as Kiev escalates deep strikes inside Russian territory. In Australia, police were warned of a likely terror attack days before the Bondi shooting as rising anti-Semitism escalated. In Ukraine, a Trump-Putin call barely sparks a reaction as Kiev shrugs off yet another round of talks after a year of failed diplomacy and fading hopes for peace. In Pakistan, the Navy is set to acquire advanced Chinese submarines, deepening defense ties with Beijing and boosting maritime power alongside newly inducted J-10C fighter jets. In Lithuania, President Gitanas Nausėda joining a U.S.-led coalition in the Strait of Hormuz, signaling wider European involvement as global oil supply fears intensify. In the U.S., legal experts say charges against ex-FBI Chief James Comey will likely collapse, arguing his post was protected speech and not a real threat under the First Amendment. I want to know your thoughts, so do comments.